What's up, Chatty Patty? You the talk of the YouTube streets. How you doing? Happy Saturday to you.
Oh, Chatty Patty. Chatty Patty. Your channel is trash, my boy. Your channel is trash, basura.
What is going on, y'all? It's your boy Chatty Patty, your number one source for YouTube streets gossip, and we are back with another one. Hope y'all are doing fantastic out there on this Saturday. All right, so I ain't want to make a video about this, but somebody has got to address this. At this point, it's like the elephant in the room, and we can't overlook this anymore. So, Dontay's been doing these apartment tours for the greater part of, 2-3 months now. And he has a habit of, filming bodies. I'm going to just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you look at a lot of these women, these leasing agents, obviously they know the camera is there and whatnot. I mean, he has his phone out when he's doing these tours, but you can kind of see like they seem visibly uncomfortable. Visibly uncomfortable. With that said, I'm not accusing Dontay of doing anything nefarious. But I thought, let me ask ChatGPT if Dontay could get in trouble for doing what it appears that he's doing, trying to use code words. But let's see what ChatGPT had to say about this situation. All right, so I asked ChatGPT, can a vlogger get in trouble for filming leasing agent thighs and booty cheeks, quote unquote, unintentionally while on an apartment tour? What if they post it up on YouTube? Is that against the law? They said here, in the US, it depends on the circumstances, but simply capturing someone's thighs or buttocks in a video during an apartment search is not automatically illegal. Here are the main factors. If the leasing agent knows they're being filmed or is clearly aware of the camera and the tour takes place in areas open to prospective renters, it's generally harder to claim there was a reasonable expectation of privacy. Interesting. If the camera is deliberately aimed to emphasize someone's body rather than the apartment, especially repeatedly, that could create legal or workplace issues. While it isn't necessarily a crime, it could potentially lead to claims such as harassment, invasion of privacy, depending on state law, or complaints to YouTube or the creator's platform. Interesting. If the filming is truly incidental, for example, the leasing agent walks through the frame while showing the apartment, that is generally much less likely to be legally problematic. Posting the footage on YouTube adds another consideration. The leasing agent or apartment complex could submit a privacy complaint to YouTube if they believe the video unnecessarily focuses on them or exposes them in a way that violates YouTube's privacy policies. An apartment complex could also ban the creator from the property or ask that future filming stop. Yeah. In some cases, if the video is edited to sensationalize or sexualize the employee, it could increase the risk of legal claims, even if those claims wouldn't necessarily succeed. So, if a vlogger is consistently uploading apartment tours where the leasing agent's thighs or buttocks are prominently featured, people could argue it wasn't really unintentional, quote unquote, and the pattern could increase the chance of complaints or legal issues. The safest practice is to keep the camera focused on the apartment, avoid lingering shots of people's bodies, and blur or edit out unnecessary close-ups if they aren't relevant to the tour. So basically they said it's not illegal, and well, they said, if it's like becomes like a pattern, I guess it's up to the person whether or not they want to file a complaint. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's just crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And like I said, I'm not saying that Dontay is doing this on purpose. Um, but like I said, there has been a pattern of this. There has been a pattern of this, you know, and he could very much so, get a complaint filed on him, to the point where he can end up on like a ban list in his city. People may not want to do apartment tours with them anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot that could happen. But as far as him like going to jail or whatever, that's definitely not going to happen because legally, there's nothing wrong with filming during apartment tours. I've done it several times. I know a lot of people who do that. People make whole YouTube channels about that, so that's not an issue. Obviously the leasing agents know the camera is out. But the question is, do they know that they're being filmed from behind? Because what Dontay should do, he should either blur that out or edit it out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe do like some B-roll footage. This is very interesting. I just thought I would come online and talk about this. Like I said, it's an elephant in the room at this point. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what y'all think about this. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Get in the comment section. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you like the content. Also hit that notification bell. And we'll catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm out. Peace.